I finally got my Aprés Gel-X kit and I'm super excited, so I'll show you how to do it. Alright, so take out everything that you need, and the LED light that comes with it, they call it the Light X. I love that you just press the top to turn it on as opposed to a button on the back. And then you have to pick the Gel-X tip that fits your nails. So there's different numbers for the different sizes, and they have different kinds, like the natural fit or the more sculpted fit, and I'll go a little bit more into this later. Then you're gonna put on that pH bonder. And before you put it on, it's assuming that you've already prepped your nails as if you were gonna give yourself your own gel manicure. Just a super thin coat and then it'll dry pretty quickly. But now step 2 is that primer, so you're gonna put that on. And ignore how messy my nails look. I get too carried away with my cuticles. Then the third step is to put on this extend gel. So it's kind of similar to a polygel if you've ever done polygel nails, or a like gel builder. Or if you have done like no chip nails, it's kind of like a really thick no chip nail polish or gel nail polish. And so you're basically gonna apply that to the nail bed and then you're gonna cure it. So it's something that it comes off like kind of like a very thick jelly sort of texture. And then you're gonna put it under your UV or LED light, and then it's gonna cure and make it harder. Then when it's time to actually put the nail on top of it, they recommend that you file it down. So that's what I'm doing there, is I'm just like getting little scores on it so that it's easier for that extend gel to then attach to it, like, and really grip that nail. Now, after you filed it, you're putting that extend gel on that Gel-X tip itself. And this is what you're gonna be putting on top of your nail. So you wanna get a good enough amount so that it fills that entire space between your nail bed and that Gel-X tip. You don't want there to be any air bubbles. And the nice thing about these being clear is that you'll be able to see if there are air bubbles or not. You don't want to have to go back and add more though, because it's gonna just make the whole process a little bit messier. So then when you're placing it, you're gonna wanna put it down at like a 45-degree angle at the very base of your nail bed and slowly push from the bottom to the top, removing all of the air and preventing that extend gel from spilling over the edges. Then they try to tell you to keep your thumb pressed down on it while you're curing it and just try to like rotate your thumb, but that's way harder than it needs to be. There's these cheap nail clamps that you can get on Amazon that will hold it there for you and make it a lot easier. And then you're gonna cure it onto your nail. You're gonna keep going with the rest of your nail. So for this part, which is like putting that extend gel on your nails, that you can do it all at once. But then when it's time to actually put the extend gel on the nail tips and put it on, I recommend doing that one by one. So this is after I've already filed it. Now I'm putting that extend gel on the nail again. And again, trying to make sure that there's enough on it that it can fill that space between the nail bed and the Gel-X tip. And continuing to place it down at that 45-degree angle and then push down from the bottom to the top. And placing those nail clamps on and curing it. And you're gonna continue to do this for all of your nails. So once all the nails were connected, this was the first Gel-X tip that I had gotten, and they were too long for me, so I did clip them down. You can get smaller sizes, and again, I'll go more into that later. Then you want to file them down. So because I had to clip them, obviously I'm going to want to file them down so they are smoother on those edges. For this next part, I went pretty fast because this is just like a regular gel manicure or a no-chip manicure. So I'm putting this gel base coat on. That way I could put a gel polish on top and make sure that it would stick to that Gel-X nail. And so then I put on 2 coats of this translucent white gel nail polish, and I was curing it with that Light X lamp between each coat. And then I topped it off with the top coat that came with the Aprés Gel-X kit. The nice thing about it is that it is a no wipe top coat. So if you have done gel manicures, you know that typically between layers there's this something called like a tacky layer, so it feels sticky to the touch. And you may need to wipe it down with alcohol or something to get rid of that sticky layer. So when it says that this is a no wipe or a non-wipe top coat, it just means that you do not have to do that and it will feel smooth after it is cured. And this is how it turned out. So I was intentionally looking for more of like a translucent sort of look, but of course you can do a typical opaque color if you would like, but so far it feels pretty sturdy. And as I mentioned earlier, I was going to go into some of the different tips that you could get. So they have different sizes. The first size that I tried was medium length, and then it ended up being too long, and that's why I had to cut it. But they do have short or long, or extra short or extra long. They also have different styles. So for example, natural would be if you had more of a flat nail bed, whereas sculpted would be if your nail bed is more curved. And under the family, they also have neutral. So if you wanted to get like neutral colors, they have a variety of different colors. The nice thing about it is that instead of having to do what I did and putting that base coat on and then putting the gel coats on, you can buy it to be the color that you would like your nails to be so that you can just skip that step, and it's a great option if you don't feel confident in your nail painting abilities. They also have ones that are more like chrome colors, so they have colors beyond just neutral colors as well. And the best part is the different shapes. So we all know that it's pretty difficult to get that perfect nail shape. So whatever your preference is, they have a variety of different shapes. So I wanted to try to use the Aprés tips the first time that I was doing it, but now that I know how to do it, I'm going to be looking into any of those cheaper brands to see if any of those tips work well for it as well. As soon as I figure that out, I will let you know. If anyone knows good brands that are cheaper that will work with it, please leave a comment and let us all know. And also leave a comment if you think this is something that is easier to do at home compared to something like polygel nails. I'm curious to get your thoughts. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.